So many plastic drink bottles here today. For years, some people have treated us like garbage, but no more. If anyone still thinks it's okay to trash us, listen up. We are recyclable.
Use it, then throw it away. Don't bother keeping it to use again. That's bad. Do the right thing for the environment and just throw it away. Just be sure to put it in the correct trash can so it can be sent away to have this magical thing done to it. Recycling.
Recycle, 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 recycle.
This plastic bottle is concealing a lie with this icon, cleverly placed to make you believe that this bottle can be broken down into its elements and be reused. This is also what we think can happen with many plastic items we use in our everyday lives. These icons are strategically placed on plastic to confuse us and make us believe that manufacturers are serious about recycling. But this is a lie. These plastic products usually end up in a trash pile somewhere, polluting our environment. The problem with recycling most plastics is that they can't actually be broken down. Most plastics contain polymers that form irreversible chemical bonds. There are many types of plastics, each with its own unique composition and properties. These plastics contain various chemical additives and colorants that cannot be effectively recycled together. Even if all the conditions were met to recycle, if the plastic had food residue on or in it, the item could not be recycled. The only option for most plastics is to just lay around. But this is very dangerous because over time, harmful chemicals are released from the plastics and find their way to air, water and soil. Microplastics act as vessels for pathogens to enter the human body, which increases the spread of disease. And the crazy thing about this is, plastic is still being produced at an alarming rate. The global production of plastic is over 380 million tons per year, with as much as 50% of this production dedicated to single-use purpose, where plastic is used for just a few moments, but will stay on the planet for at least several hundred years. Over the past decade, we have fallen into a serious plastic crisis.
Recycling will save the planet.
We have to do it for the kids, for the next generation.
This is material that came in to the recycling facility from people's recycling carts and is going to leave as trash. We see stuff like this all the time. Recycling arrows on it, please recycle. It's not recyclable.
The amount of plastic actually recycled is around 5%.
Because it's not worth recycling here, much is shipped overseas to countries like Malaysia, where it's just piled up.
They just dump here and then they burn it.
That pollutes even more. And what they don't burn, they sometimes dump in the ocean.
One garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute.
So, how did we get here? To fully grasp the problem, we need to understand how we got here. Let me explain. It all started in 1907 when a Belgian-born American chemist named Leo Baekeland, also known as the father of the plastics industry, accidentally created Bakelite, the first ever synthetic plastic. His invention was what would eventually propel the use of plastics to new heights. It didn't take long after his invention for plastic to become a material used for countless applications. With the oil and gas industry at the helm, plastic quickly became a profitable industry, but its true potential was unlocked during World War II when the US government prioritized plastic production because of how versatile it was. This spurred the growth of plastic giants like Dow Chemical and LyondellBasell, two of the biggest players in a group of petrochemical companies that are closely tied to big oil and gas. You see, plastic is made from oil, and the oil industry recognized the immense financial possibilities plastic offered and took full control. As plastic gained widespread use, people began to realize the durability of plastic products and started to reuse them. This was a problem for manufacturers. The concept of reusing plastic threatened their bottom line. Luckily for them, In 1937, they had already founded an association called the U.S. Society of Plastics Industry, which in turn created a non-profit organization in 1988 called the Council for Solid Waste Solutions in order to promote their idea of plastic recycling to the public. Their plan was to introduce recycling as a solution to the make-believe problem of plastic waste.
Hi, my name's Roger, and nothing matters more to me or my burning air poison company, Horton Oil, than demanding everybody huck their dirty plastic shapes into a differently colored bucket than where they throw their other equally useless trash. We spend and continue to spend millions of dollars convincing you plastic can totally be recycled, even though it basically can't. And even if it could, do you know how expensive that shit is? Nothing is more important to us than you love the plastic. You need the plastic.
Instead of reusing your old plastic, throw it away and it will be recycled. It worked. Recycling became a buzzword, and people were encouraged to believe that by throwing away their plastic products into recycling bins, they were somehow contributing to a sustainable future. However, the reality was far different from the image presented to the public. The recycling logo was strategically used to convince the public that they were making environmentally responsible choices by purchasing new plastic products instead of reusing their old ones. This created an illusion of eco-friendliness while maintaining the status quo of disposable plastic consumption. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the plastic industry continued to produce and profit from single-use plastics, knowing that recycling was inefficient and limited in its effectiveness. It was and still is the perfect strategy to maintain the demand for disposable plastic.